Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at IOTA or MIOTA. We see it at right now at that $2.23 range. We see an 8% increase in the last 24 hours. We're seeing recoveries right after these market crashes, which is making us believe this is continuing to be an undervalued gem. We see in the last week alone, obviously a lot of dips because, like I said, the double market, really a double market dip and correction, and we're continuing to see it recover from that very, very well. If we take a look at the last month, though, this is where you see what we had before this crash. We had a massive increase just over a couple spans of probably a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks. We saw great increases with really a very healthy price chart. We saw up and downs, but for the most part, these declines and increases were very, very healthy. They weren't too substantial, and they weren't too much over time. And we saw, because of that, continued increases, and we're going to continue to see increases. I believe something like this price chart will come back in the end of 2021. So I do want to talk, like I said, more about the prices itself on IOTA. So we're going to be doing price predictions for April, May, and 2021 at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. If you guys like IOTA, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now, turn notifications on, and like the video. As we jump into our first article of the day, we talk about IOTA completes I always say Chrysalis, but it's Chrysalis upgrade, advances to token migration phase. If we go down here, according to the press release shared with Harold Sheets, IOTA Foundation, the nonprofit building infrastructure for the machine economy and Internet of Things, is today completing Chrysalis, the most extensive network upgrade in its history. So this should be a very, very big deal for anyone holding IOTA, understanding that the Chrysalis upgrade is going to be very big. IOTA moves closer to the launch of Chrysalis Phase 2. Obviously, we are going to have more and more price values really increasing here because we continue to see, like I said, enterprise-ready standardization and improved usability. So the Chrysalis upgrade really is, pretty substantial for the IOTA as a whole. So let's go to the next one. We see Pollen Testnet is introduced by IOTA to work with two core-to-side modules. Or sorry, not molecules, but modules. If we go down a little bit, we see IOTA introduce the latest version of the Pollen Test Network that will work with two core-to-side modules. A few weeks after IOTA introduced Mana on its testnet platform, the blockchain project has improved testing with the launch of a new version of the Pollen testnet. So the new version will be integrated into two core-side modules, and this will serve as a major step towards achieving complete decentralization. In a recent blog, IOTA introduced a latest version of Pollen testnet v.5.5, introducing some changes to its network. Most of them are concentrated in core-to-side modules such as consensus and auto-peering. So that's a big deal. Obviously, everyone wants decentralization. IOTA is working towards that as we move forward. Jumping into our next article, we do see IOTA having a lot of different news sources just in the last couple of days. Obviously, this one's dating back to April 19th, a little later. But IOTA blockchain, let's start the engine, next stop Mars, in the digital green certificate. So their new IOTA and transaction format introduced with Chrysalis can carry a payload of up to 32 KB. Attached information only takes as much space as it really needs to, so nodes really don't have to process that much data, though, just as little as possible. So someone who read this information stated, what does this mean? Doesn't really understand the value in the information. So I want you guys to understand it. So another community member clarified, stating, well, it's just a lot of data. Think an Ethereum transaction is like 220 bytes, and this is 32,768 bytes. So it's a very, very good positive here as we continue to see really IOTA continue on the right direction and the right path. We see our next article for our IOTA. This is going to be the last one we'll take a look at, and then we'll jump into the website, do a brief overview of what IOTA is, and then we'll do that price prediction like we said for April, May, and 2021 at the end of the video. So non-fungible tokens NFT is coming to IOTA. Amoku opens new opportunity for fiat IOTA purchases. So this is very big as well. So we are currently building the IOTA NFT marketplace for MVP on Pollen Network. We work on getting his first version done almost every night. You, the community, will have the opportunity to mint and buy IOTA NFTs on this first test version. More soon, IOTA. So IOTA obviously has a lot of different things going on right now. If we go to their website, we're going to go over to what they really accomplished, but we're going to see that an open feeless data and value transfer protocol is what they're trying to accomplish. They see that IOTA enables new possibilities. We see the social impact, sustainability, obviously being one of them. As we go back here to the website, sustainability, identity, and citizen-centric governance. We see the next one, mobility, car wallets, smart charging, usage-based insurance. Very, very cool aspects of IOTA. I love the mobility part, but I think some of these other ones are even going to be even bigger. We see smart cities, urban mobility management, open and transparent data, peer-to-peer collaboration. Then we go over to global trade. This is the track and trace, custom border management, and digital twins, as well as the digital identity. So self-sovereign identity, identity of things, and regulatory compliance. So we see a lot of potential behind what IOTA is trying to accomplish. They have so much different, really things that they're working on. The utility behind it is massive, and I think we're going to continue to see IOTA pump because of this. If we go back to the price chart, we're going to continue to see, like I said, this month span where we saw it pretty much just increasing gradually. This is because they're bringing updates to us very gradually. They're bringing big information to us gradually, and we're continuing to really understand that this is going to be a big deal. We have more and more faith in a lot more investors every single day, a lot more people investing as we get to that market cap at 6.2 billion. That could be much, much more here in the next couple months. We're going to be talking about that here in just a second. Let's take a look at this last week, because this is obviously where we saw that massive dip all the way down. If you guys got in at this $1.69, you're making very good profits, and you're probably going to continue to make very good profits if you held. And if you can get in at this $1.89 or $8.85, you're getting good profits as well. Just this market crash really gave a lot of people good opportunities to buy in on any coin they really wanted to and make profits, and MIOTA and IOTA was definitely one that you could actually do so very easily as well. So we do see it at that $2.23. Let's give it a quick refresh, make sure we're at the correct price point, as it does change pretty frequently. We see it at $2.24 now, a penny up, so that is good. We see an 8% increase. In the last month, though, we are going to see, I think, this this span here where we had a very stable increase. I think we're going to see that here in the rest of 2021 for the most part. Obviously, there are going to be market crashes. There are going to be big, corrections that come. But for the most part, like I said, we are going to see very, very good stable increases through the rest of 2021. So jumping in to our price predictions for April, I think by the end of April, we could easily see IOTA back to our all-time high. I know a lot of people are thinking, that we got all the way to 268. Why are we at 224? Well, a lot happened. We have to realize, with a market crash and everything, we're actually doing very, very well recovery-wise. We've got back to where we should be at 224, and we already went to 245 in between those crashes. So a very, very good price point at 268, I think, is definitely possible by the end of April. We'll continue to watch that. I think we could, measure right up to 268 and stabilize right around there as well going into May. Going into the end of May, I think we could see IOTA continue to rise, making its way closer to $5. I think $4 to $5 is a possibility by the end of May. I think, stabilizing around that $4 mark, maybe an all-time high around $4.50 as we go through, at the end of May. To the end of 2021, where do we think IOTA will be? Well, it depends on quite a bit of things. So we have a lot of upgrades and projects they're currently working on. It really depends on how well those are, polished and published. Obviously, we have a lot of projects that really need to be completed to really understand and know how far IOTA is going to go. But based on everything that they have, the use cases, everything, the utility purposes, and the price chart currently, obviously the price analysis, we're going to continue to see IOTA grow pretty much at a steady rate through the rest of 2021, and I think it's going to be close to a $10 to $12 coin at the very, very least. I think we have potential for a $14 coin by the end of 2021 at the very least. So, like I said, $14 is an all-time high. Stabilization around $12 to $13 is definitely a possibility. That's only going to be a 6 to 7x, and I think we have potential for more than that. The market cap's still very, very low. I mean, if we got, let's say, 6x, we would be at, 36 billion, 37 billion, let's say. So let's go to the price charts, and let's just compare it with some of these current market cap. So we see 37 billion is still under Dogecoin. It's under Cardano right now. It would be above, Polkadot, but I think Polkadot at that point obviously is going to rise as well. We're going to have higher, market caps between Polkadot, Chainlink, and VeChain and all those. So we're going to be at a very good part or good spot, I guess, in between a lot of good coins. We're going to be in the top 10 with a lot of good looking coins. So I think IOTA is going to push to that top 10. Hopefully we see it get there. I think it's going to be very close, and I think IOTA is one of those coins that you guys should definitely be taking a look at, adding it to your watch list if you are interested. Remember, guys, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research before investing, but I just wanted to give you guys my price predictions for IOTA before jumping into the rest of the day. Thank you guys so much. If you guys would subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video if you haven't already, I really would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you all in the next one.